When damaging revelations approach, public figures typically adopt one of two defensive strategies. The first involves preemptively attacking the credibility of forthcoming information, labeling it as falsehoods or fabrication. The second requires distancing oneself from previous statements and decisions, attempting to rewrite history through selective memory. Christine Brennan's forthcoming publication, examining Caitlin Clark's impact on women's basketball, promises to expose behind-the-scenes tensions during Clark's inaugural WNBA campaign. The book reportedly details Cheryl Reeve's hostile reception toward Clark's league entry, documenting dismissive attitudes and agenda-driven decision-making regarding Olympic team selection. Right? She didn't even deny. She said, the way she's playing, it would be hard, but she didn't deny that it was a bad decision. At the time, Dawn Staley, she has her own history speaking foolishly when it comes to Caitlin Clark, but Cheryl Reeve and Dawn Staley both have been in the news lately, taking two different paths. Cheryl Reeve took the first path. I'm going to get ahead of it, and I'm going to say that book. Dawn Staley's involvement in Team USA deliberations also faces scrutiny, particularly given her documented public statements questioning Clark's Olympic exclusion. Both coaching figures have recently emerged in media, each employing different damage control tactics. Reeve has chosen the preemptive strike approach, while Staley pursues historical revisionism through favorable Clark commentary. During a recent FanDuel Sports Network appearance, Reeve categorically dismissed Brennan's work as fictional. She claimed her criticisms targeted WNBA promotional practices rather than Clark specifically, citing concerns about unequal coverage of preseason matchups. Reeve argued that her complaints addressed a social media post highlighting an Indiana Fever versus Dallas Wings game, while ignoring a simultaneous Minnesota Lynx versus Chicago Sky contest featuring Angel Reese. Reeve positioned herself as a long-standing league accountability advocate, claiming Brennan requires villains for compelling narratives. She insisted that any book content regarding her Olympic team opinions constitutes fabrication, despite contradictory evidence from her social media activity. However, Reeve's explanation omits crucial context from the original incident. The controversial WNBA promotional post generated community discussion about broadcast availability. When someone questioned the lack of coverage, another user attributed it to Clark-focused preferences. Reeve then responded with apparent agreement, stating the situation appeared very Caitlin Clark-focused. This exchange contradicts Reeve's current narrative about general promotional equity concerns, revealing specific Clark-related grievances that professional leadership standards would typically discourage. Dawn Staley has embarked on a systematic media tour, emphasizing Clark's exceptional abilities. Recent interviews featured consistent praise for Clark's versatility, highlighting her scoring capacity, three-point accuracy, and particularly her playmaking skills that elevate teammates' performance. These current statements sharply contrast with Staley's previous positions during relevant decision-making periods. When pressed about Rookie of the Year considerations during Clark's inaugural season, Staley explicitly endorsed Angel Reese, citing double-double statistics as decisive factors. Her reasoning appeared to minimize Clark's comprehensive contributions in favor of traditional statistical categories. The timing of both figures' media activities suggest coordination aimed at influencing public perception before Brennan's book release. Reeve's preemptive denials and Staley's rehabilitation efforts indicate awareness of potentially damaging revelations about their Clark-related conduct. These defensive maneuvers highlight deeper tensions within women's basketball's established hierarchy. The older generation's resistance to Clark's transformative impact reflects broader institutional challenges facing rapid sport evolution. Documentation of both coaches' previous statements creates substantial contradiction with current positions. Reeve's social media history and Staley's recorded interviews provide clear evidence of attitudes that current narratives attempt to obscure. The contrast between past dismissiveness and present praise suggests calculated reputation management rather than genuine perspective evolution. Both figures appear motivated by self-preservation rather than honest acknowledgement of previous misjudgments. Brennan's investigation into Clark's rookie season promises to expose private conversations and decision-making processes that shaped public controversies. The book's potential to reveal behind-the-scenes maneuvering threatens established figures who assumed their actions would remain confidential. The systematic nature of both coaches' current responses indicates expectation of significant negative material. Their coordinated approach suggests awareness that individual defensive strategies alone may prove insufficient against comprehensive documentation. These revelations threaten to expose institutional bias within women's basketball's leadership structure. The apparent resistance to Clark's rise reflects broader challenges facing sports organizations during periods of transformative change. The controversy demonstrates how established power structures can impede progress when threatened by disruptive talent. Clark's impact forced uncomfortable reckonings about promotional priorities, team selection criteria, and institutional fairness. The upcoming book represents a reckoning moment for women's basketball leadership. Previous assumptions about consequence-free private conduct face challenges from increased scrutiny and documentation standards. Both Reeve and Staley's current defensive positioning suggests awareness that their previous actions may no longer remain hidden from public judgment. The transition from private criticism to public accountability marks a significant shift in sports media landscape dynamics. The preemptive defensive strategies employed by both coaching figures indicate substantial concern about forthcoming revelation. Their coordinated response suggests institutional awareness of widespread Clark-related bias that extends beyond individual opinions into systematic decision-making processes. The contrast between past actions and current statements reveals the extent to which Clark's success has forced uncomfortable acknowledgments from resistant establishment figures. The upcoming book threatens to document this resistance comprehensively, potentially reshaping public understanding of women's basketball's internal dynamics during this transformative period. Recent tensions have escalated between Minnesota Lynx head coach Cheryl Reeve and USA Today's sports journalist Christine Brennan regarding coverage of Caitlin Clark's Olympic team exclusion. The controversy centers around allegations that Reeve influenced Clark's absence from the national squad. Now, I made a video last night, guys. I made a video last night, and I told y'all the sportsmanship that was displayed in this game is horrific. I mean, for this to be a professional basketball league, pretty much the little sister to the NBA, it's a catastrophe. Kathy has to be held accountable at some point as in time for what she has displayed as a leader, and as a leader, she has displayed nothing. The Indiana Fever Stars' omission from the Olympic roster sparked widespread debate across basketball communities. Many observers pointed fingers at Reeve, suggesting her involvement in the selection process led to Clark's unexpected exclusion. This situation becomes particularly notable given the upcoming Commissioner Cup matchup between Clark's Fever and Reeve's Lynx scheduled for early July. Reeve has consistently denied any role in blocking Clark's Olympic participation. During a recent podcast appearance, the veteran coach strongly criticized Brennan's reporting methods and conclusions. According to Reeve, Brennan's written accounts contain significant inaccuracies and lack proper context. The coach explained that her previous social media criticism targeted the WNBA's promotional inconsistencies rather than any individual player. Reeve specifically mentioned instances where league social media failed to highlight preseason games equally, including matchups featuring both Clark and Chicago Sky's Angel Reese. She also referenced occasions where star player Nafisa Collier received inadequate recognition in league promotions. Reeve accused Brennan of selective reporting that fits predetermined narratives. The coach suggested that Brennan deliberately portrays her as an antagonist in ongoing stories about league dynamics. Reeve characterized Brennan's written work about her supposed influence over Clark's team status as completely fabricated, worthy enough to even have the damn job. Kathy need to be held accountable for hiring these referees for not speaking out in all of this. We have to hold Kathy accountable today. Kathy has to say something today. If not, Adam Silver needs to step in and make sure she see the damn door. She needs to see the door right now if she do not release the statement today, because it looked like she's condemning. Kathy looks very. Brennan's recent commentary emphasized Clark's significant impact on television viewership, noting that the rookie attracts more than half the league's TV audience. The reporter questioned whether league leadership would continue allowing what she described as inappropriate treatment of the star player during games. Commentary from basketball analysts highlighted concerns about sportsmanship standards within the Professional Women's League. Critics have called for accountability from League Commissioner Kathy Engelbert regarding officiating quality and player conduct enforcement. Some observers suggests that leadership changes may be necessary if current issues persist. The debate extends beyond individual personalities to broader questions about league governance and media coverage. Various commentators have expressed frustration with what they perceive as inconsistent officiating and inadequate protection for marquee players. Say somebody makes a comment saying, "Is there a reason why it's not being shown?" Somebody responds saying, "Because they only care about Caitlin Clark," and then head coach Cheryl Reeve says, "That part, that seems very Caitlin Clark focused." No. That seems very centered around Caitlin Clark being promoted by the league. No. That seems very spiteful social media discussions reveal divided opinions about the situation's impact on upcoming games. Some analysts predict the controversy will motivate affected teams, while others worry about potential negative effects on player performance and team chemistry. Recent developments include increased attention to merchandise sales, with certain player jerseys experiencing unexpected demand spikes. The situation has also prompted responses from prominent sports media personalities, indicating the story's reach beyond traditional basketball coverage circles. Current league dynamics suggest ongoing tensions between different stakeholder groups, including coaches, players, media members, and administrative officials. The resolution of these conflicts may significantly influence the league's direction and public perception moving forward. The controversy highlights broader challenges facing women's professional basketball, including media representation, competitive balance, and star player treatment. These issues continue generating discussion among fans, analysts, and industry professionals. League officials face mounting pressure to address various concerns while maintaining competitive integrity and entertainment value. The handling of current situations may establish important precedents for future similar circumstances. Market response indicators, including jersey sales and viewership data, suggest significant public interest in the ongoing developments. This attention creates both opportunities and challenges for league leadership and participating organizations.